Moving into the new year, I wanted to start something new. So many different people have been asking me guides on marketing and how they can grow their channels. I've never seen really any tutorials out there or guides for artists to grow their channels, and so many people come to me and try to figure out things since they know that I'm in the marketing field, and I've been doing marketing for over 6 years now. So I wanted to start a guide specifically for artists. This guide should help every artist, whether you're a small creator or a big creator, to help grow your channel. Probably wondering how I have any expertise on this. I am a part-time artist and full-time marketer. For me, marketing goes hand in hand with how to present your work to the audience that you're trying to get it to, and the demographics and everything, and I'll talk more about that, but primarily what I want to do is explain in this video is why you should market your art. In these videos, I'm going to try to break it down into different things: why, what, and how to market your art. I see a lot of creators who trying to find their audience, trying to find their voice, and they're struggling to grow their audience, and they stay within that like 300 follower range for a very long time. I always say it's harder to get 100 followers than it is to reach 1,000. That's because the more people that you have that are following you, the more people that are sharing your content. And I want to help artists to grow their channel and see that marketing doesn't have to be this intimidating thing. It can be as simple as trying to figure out how to work the algorithm, or just how to position your art a little bit better. Why should you market your art? First of all, you don't have to. I know so many different people who I talk to, and they are very interested in marketing their art, but they don't know how to start. And I always tell them that you don't have to market your artwork. If you want to be a small creator, stay being a small creator. Don't be a big creator just because you feel that people are having a larger audience. Thrive on that smaller audience. Some people need a bigger audience for what they're trying to do. So whether that be trying to get brand deals or trying to just stay small and work on your own craft, have it be a hobby, figure out first, do you want your artwork to be for a big or small audience? Another reason why you don't really have to market your art is sometimes eventually people just will like what you're creating. You don't have to do any of this extra stuff that I'm going to be teaching. And if you don't have to, that's awesome. I mean, like, this video is just an informational thing for how I've learned over the past couple, I want to say 4 years. This is just my tutorials, my tips, and if you don't want to market, I guess this tutorials and these videos probably aren't for you to begin with. Another reason why you should want to market your art is to stop being taken advantage of. I've seen so many artists being taken advantage of. These artists who have upwards of 10,000 followers and still having their customers pay $50 for a commission. I mean, that's awesome, and I respect that hustle, but when I talk to these artists, they also say in the same breath that they wish they could charge more, and they feel like they're struggling and undercharging. And I say you are. I say that you're undercharging not because I feel as though every art piece should be $1,000 or more, but because when it comes to art, you have to really value your time, and that is part of marketing, valuing your time. When you're an artist, valuing your time is your currency. So it's taking you 5 hours to do a piece and you're charging $50. That's $10 an hour. That's not a real full-time job scale. I know a lot of people do this for a full-time job, and I don't think that $50 is enough. How to scale your prices is really going to be up to you, and figuring that out for yourself. It took me a while to figure that out, but it's really up to customer demand, and I would always say I would rather do one $300 piece, for example, for round figures than 6 $50 pieces and break my back for it. And that's just me personally. If you have a really small audience, you probably don't get that demand, and you probably can't just straight off the bat say, I'm charging $300 with 10 followers, my art's not there yet, and no one's gonna bite, and you're gonna have to lower your prices and keep lowering it until you get it right. Another way that you're gonna be stopped taking advantage of once you market your art is you're gonna learn how to make a media kit. I'm gonna teach you how to do that, and teach you also how to make a portfolio. I've seen so many artists who don't have a portfolio, don't have a media kit, and then are kind of just left to brands just dictating what they are going to do for them. And I don't want that for you. I want artists to start taking a stand and taking advantage of the fact that they are talented. It's a weird field in the fact that I've always said this to people, that tattoo artists can charge $5 grand for a piece. And it's permanent, and I get that it's a different type of art form, and people never bat an eye because they want that specific artist. But when it comes to digital art or traditional art, there's this stigma of people underpaying, and they think that they can just go to someone else for cheaper. And that's why I compare it to a tattoo artist, because yes, you can go get a tattoo for cheaper from somebody else, but it might not be the same quality. It might be a crappier tattoo, it might be a better tattoo, but if you want that specific artist, this is what you are going to have to pay. So value your time, value your prices. You'll stop being taken advantage of. You'll have materials to present to brands. You can extend your reach. Now, what I mean by extend your reach, by marketing your art to one demographic and one demographic only, we were only ever going to get those demographic of people. And while that might be great, like maybe you're a channel or a page who only does sports art, for example, and that might be great. If you're ever only going to make sports content, then that's awesome. Let's say, for example, you want to start delving into something different, like if you want to, I don't know what your interests are, if you want to draw My Little Pony, or you want to draw Harry Potter, whatever your fandom may be. Once you want to start doing those things, you're going to be kind of having these rough numbers and not having any interaction, or your audience is totally geared towards sports things just because that is the audience that you've created over time. And by extending your reach, you're going to start getting a new generation of audience, new eyes on your content, and that's when your followers start to grow. And I personally don't think followers matter, and I'm going to teach more about why I think that is. But in this one instance, followers are going to matter because you do want, so for example, if you have 3,000 only sports followers, you're going to want something to even out a little bit so you can have a little bit of an audience for whatever else you want to create. The next one is to gain opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere. There's enough money, enough bags out there for everybody. I always say that. There's no reason for us to be this cutthroat kind of business. There's always someone who wants a digital art piece. For example, everyone always are messaging us digital artists for covers, for albums or music, wherever it may be. The reason that there's so many people asking this is because there is that demand. And that's a tool that a lot of artists need to use more. And gaining opportunities from marketing is going to come from your media kit. It's going to come from your outreach. It's going to come from how you position your product and who you talk to. So by gaining these opportunities, I mean that you might be able to get sponsorship, you might be able to get a brand deal. Maybe you are an artist who works with colored pencils. Maybe you might get a deal with a company who makes colored pencils. So by marketing your audience and marketing your products and showing that you are a reliable creator, you may be able to gain opportunities where you didn't think that you had them. I know for myself personally, I didn't think that doing art would lead to something where I would have brand opportunities, but I've been fortunate enough to do very many different opportunities, whether it be doing different videos for movies coming out, or doing advertisements, or doing brand deals. Like I've advertised rings before, I've advertised different supplements for stress relief, even ramen noodles before. So it's really something where if you know how to position your product and know what your audience will like, and you know that you have that demand for your products and your voice, you can gain more opportunities. Another reason why you should market your art is to sell your art. And I know that a lot of people aren't too big into selling their art, but your audience wants to get some poster prints of your stuff. Whether that means you have to go through a supplier, I'm sure I can make a video on how to find suppliers and different things to, get your product out there. But no matter what medium or form you want to sell your art, people do want to support you more. I know for me, it took me a while to find a way to make stickers, and once I started making stickers, more people wanted to have my artwork. They wanted to support me, and it took me a long time to accept that because I didn't feel as though I was deserving of the support. And that's something also that I want to teach artists, to get over that hump of feeling like you don't deserve the good things that happen to you. But it's really something where by selling your art, you are able to add to your living. And I know so many artists that this is their full-time job. And why not put your whole effort in marketing marketing and efforts into it to sell the best product possible. And the last reason I think you should market your artwork is because you can't get frustrated seeing other people's opportunities if you aren't trying. I've seen so many artists who post once a year, once a month, and then they're frustrated that they see other people who they feel are less talented than them getting opportunities, when in reality it's really just artists putting their feet to the pavement, trying their hardest, and getting their name out there, and making sure that what they do and what they create is to their audience and their marketing properly. They're gonna follow all these practices I'm going to teach you, and they're doing it on a consistent basis. They're not doing anything different from you other than that. If you really think you're more talented than them, use these tips, use these tutorials that I'm about to teach, and you are gonna fly past them. But if your profile is private, you're not trying, you're not posting content, you're not engaging with your audience, you can't be frustrated when you don't get these opportunities. I'm really excited to start these things, and I'm gonna have some more videos coming your way. Videos shouldn't be long, but I'm hoping to have it be more compact. I'm in a new office space and trying to deck it out. As you see, it's a lot of white wall, but these videos are meant to be a template. It's not even something where you have to follow it to the T. I'm still learning myself, but I've been doing art and marketing for about 6 years now, and I feel like it's time for me to share what I've learned, because I know that there's opportunities out there. I know there's bags out there. There's ways for us to make this be a better community as far as financially, and I want to do what I can to help that. So I hope that you guys subscribe. I hope you guys like and comment this video. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.